Hey guys, this is Josh Shoemaker here again, joined with Dan Keenan. This is going to be for the next ball review in the SPI line. It's going to be for the Monsoon. So the Monsoon is an addition to the Typhoon line. Typhoon was a wildly popular ball in the last year since it came out. Kind of really revamped the hop line that I feel like has been missing. That cleaner and more controlled option. A lot of times when you lower the differential in the stuff and make them a little bit cleaner, everything kind of just gets a little too clean and quick. And the Typhoon was one that kind of allowed for a wide variety of styles to use that ball in a little bit longer of a window. So when we heard that the Monsoon was coming out, a little bit stronger cover stock. It's got the reactor solid finish with a little bit more texture at 2000, and then also has the same core, the Atmos AI core, and that features numbers of the 253 and the 042 for differential. So kind of middle of the road RG, middle of the road differential. Kind of allows you to stay in it a little bit longer than you would for a bigger symmetrical piece. So on here, we're on some open play here. There's definitely a little bit of friction out there. So kind of start towards the middle part of the lane, a little bit further left than I would normally on the fresh. Stay pretty forward to start. Try to get it right to the friction.
All right, mine is right out of the box, so it's hooking. Mine also looks a lot duller than Josh's. So Josh went with those two-handed no thumb guys. They like those taller pins. I went pin under 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. Idea was, I'm hoping this is like the ball that's just a little stronger than my concept. We are bowling on dirt, just in case anybody's wondering.
Hill, I guess that's 500 right now. So my standard layout on this, the same as pretty much I do across the board as my standard test layout. It's 4 1/4, 3 1/4, 2, I believe is what the numbers end up being. Kind of just the standard 4 1/4 inch layout, 3-inch deep on the fingers, so not definitely at least hitting the top part of the core, but not increasing the differential too much. And it just kind of allows me to get a good idea of what the core and the cover are going to give me. And if I end up drawing a second one, I can kind of go off of that. So I'm just going to go ahead and move 1 left in this one and just rotate it just a little bit more. So like I said, move 1 left on that one, rotate a little bit more. You can see it definitely scoot through there a little bit more. Not sideways off the friction, but definitely not slow by any means. It's just kind of middle of the road piece.
Move just a little further right, a couple boards. Oh boy. Okay.
So Dan and I were actually chatting the last video that we shot, and I was kind of between this and the Gremlin Tour X is kind of my middle of the bag option for nationals. The Gremlin Tour for me, with having the mildly asymmetric core and pretty much a comparable cover strength, just allows me to do a little bit more with it. I feel like I can get left and shape it a little bit easier. Whereas this Monsoon likes to stay in front of me a little bit more, so I end up going with the Gremlin Tour for the Nationals bag, but this was a close second for that kind of middle of the road piece. I'll go ahead and just move another 1 left and rotate a little more. Again, scoot a little bit left, rotate a little more, and just does the right things.
All right, so I have a confession. I haven't bowled in a couple weeks. and it's probably showing.
House shot sharp.
So let's see if we can just throw it good here. It's definitely very cover dominant. Obviously, the light bulb is more of a traditional light bulb core. So I usually like using these types of balls in like this time of year, the team events where there's a lot more hook and friction. I usually like to use these as my start ball so I can stay to the right as long as possible before I have to migrate into something a little bigger. So I'm surprised at how early it picks up.
Go ahead and I'll move another 3 on this one and definitely slow down. Try to get it right a little quicker. See if we can still get it to shape. Yeah. I was asking for a little much on that one, but like I said, I made sure I got that one right really quick, and it definitely was out sideways off the friction. Not the best shot, but on shots like that, when you can at least guarantee 9, that's going to be a good piece for a little bit wider variety of patterns there.
We don't pick spares in videos. Optional.
Mark it down.
That was a better shot. Better result. So we've already stretched when we threw the first couple balls, I didn't feel like there was much conditioner on the lane, but we've stretched it out pretty quickly.
So for first comparison piece here, I brought a Ion Pro Solid. I've kind of retired this piece ever since I drilled the Gremlin 2X. They kind of fit in the same spot in the bag, and I just like the Gremlin 2X a little bit more. I'll go ahead and go right back to where I started with the Monsoon and stay pretty forward. You can see with that, definitely a little bit more core. Feels like a little bit more cover. You can see how much earlier that was and just kind of bleeded off all its energy. Whereas the Monsoon from that same spot for me definitely scooted through it a little bit better and was able to actually get back up the hill.
So I brought my Typhoon. I hit this with 2000, I believe. It's probably a low lane shine 2000. This should be much cleaner than the Monsoon. So I'm going to move, guesstimate here. I'm going to move 5 right. I really think this should stay on line longer and really shoot through the front. That was just a bad shot.
And even with that, you could definitely see how much cleaner that was through the front part of the lane. I'll throw a shot with my Typhoon as well from that same spot. See if I can get it going right a little bit quicker, and you should definitely see it respond off of it substantially harder than the Monsoon did. Yeah, got that one up the lane a little bit too, but you could still see how much cleaner that was through it than the Monsoon.
I think we found the shim.
Yeah, definitely.
On top of it. Typhoon actually came back with a significant amount more oil on it from that last shot. All right. So I'm going to try, obviously, throw it better, but also use a little more friction there that's available to the right. So I'll probably bump my feet. Well, I am going to bump my feet. Try throw it better. So that was, I bumped my feet. That's a total of 9 right from the Monsoon, and I used the friction more just to give an indication of how much less the Typhoon hooks. Again, that's just, nothing's different about the core. It's just the difference in the covers.
I'll go ahead and move my eyes.
Oh, I'm kicking the camera.
Move my eyes one right on this one and see if I can get it there a little bit quicker. There you go. So definitely substantially cleaner. I could see the Monsoon and the Typhoon being a really good 1-2 league punch for a lot of guys too.
So I think my initial thoughts are Monsoon is more shape than a concept. So I would think this would be kind of, when urethane's not good, the concept's not good, you need a little more shape, probably go to this. I'll probably maybe even get this cover up to 3,000 or 4,000 and might be a better fit. I mean, it picks up early.
So there you guys go. I mean, that was a pretty straightforward one to shoot. Like Dan was saying, this is definitely probably not the ideal condition for this. The next video we got to shoot is the Rocket AI, and I think with that being a little bit cleaner and quicker, it's probably going to look a little bit better on this. But we took our time with this video. I had a chance to get some games on it. Obviously, both of us having some pretty busy schedules. It's a little tough to get out here for a release date. But if you guys are interested, you can stop down to any of your local Storm VIP Pro shops and roll up your own Monsoon.